Hi, this is Vishal, and now we have another tutorial of the day, that is the retrofit. But before that, I'm giving thanks to all my users and who giving comments on my videos and who subscribe me. So I'm very thankful to all. And time to time, I will upload more videos for you related to the Android and other sessions. So today the base we have to learn related to your retrofit library and how we can use it in your Android Studio and how we can create a small app and learn the things related to the retrofit. But there is a small theory for you, that is it is an awesome library, another awesome library if we say that, because of we already work with the Volley, and Volley was also a very good library, but there is the issue related to the loopings and making singleton like that, guys. So but in a retrofit there is no need of to work, just very simple serializable methods on your models and your library. We have to work on that, and we use the Json here and get our data easily in the form of serializable manner. And how it works, that's the task today. We need three basic things in our retrofit. Number one is your the model class, number two is your interface, and number three is your retrofit builder, that I will explain in Android Studio. And if you see, there's many annotations we have to work on that. Number one, get, post, and your path, body, query. So these things make our getting JSON data very easy. So today I will just explain to you the basic get annotation in your retrofit and how we can use it. And so this is a today's session we have. And if you see the screen here, we have to work. We have to make a button and list view. And on a click of button, we have called the retrofit library and then get the data on our local JSON data and then show to you in your custom adapter, make it inner layout build, and in your list view we have to show that data. So that's the work we have to cover, but using the retrofit. And the main thing is how we can make the serializable models and retrofit class calling. Okay, so let us start with the Android Studio. So this is our Android Studio, and here you need three compilations for the Json retrofit and the retrofit Json converter. So these the compilations we need for the Gradle. And if you want to be the versions, other versions, you can make it. See here we have a 2.6.2 the Json retrofit 2.02 and Json 2.02 converter. And but you can use other versions. That's uh, because of updated ones be there maybe. Okay, so number two thing is we have to create our models using serializable. So one thing is that you can work with the manually if you know that simply annotation of serializable. And if you want to save your time, so we have a site of JSON schema to Pozo. That means you already work with this site, I think, or you can if you don't know, then you can create your pozos very easily there. Okay, so for that I am just I'm using my local server JSON file. So that is the employees, and I want to show that to you on the list view. This so this is our JSON, and I have to convert that. And here what we need, your main activity. In the main activity you just copy your package name, and I want to make a employee list. Okay, so you make a user list, whatever model you want it. Okay, so you can put it. So here this is a target language Java, source type JSON, and annotation style is your JSON style. So that's we have to work these three things is main. And you see the preview, it generates the preview for you. Okay, so you can see that here you have a employee pozo class with the serializable that we want exactly for our model. So we need a package, new package model. Here in the package you can say it, this is your employee, one file is your employee, and I want the two files, that means the other is your employee list, because of we can directly put this serializable form in our list view. So if you see that, you just copy with the, either you can copy with the package or otherwise just import packages value. So this is our serializable first name, second, I mean last name be there. Okay, and this is your employee list. So for that, you can see that there we have a other file, employee list file. Okay, so that's be copy also. Everything is fine. Your serializable name employee. So what is this? This is the tag of your JSON array. Okay, so that we have to fetch using the get directly. So this is the way we have to work with the retrofit. And as I told you, we need an interface and retrofit builder class for that. See, these three things we need for our retrofit. Model created, interfaces we will create, and retrofit builder also. Okay, so we need a list view and button that is on our main activity already. So in a main activity we have a list view and the button. By the button click we have to fetch our data and show in the list view. That's the way. Okay, the model be ready, and now we have to create a remote package, remote. Okay, so here you have in a remote package what to do. You have to create your retrofit class and interface. So here you have to make a Java class API call, and don't make it a class, make it an interface. That is your API call interface. Okay, and here you need a annotation of get, and sorry. Okay, okay, so in the annotation we have a we have a at get. So what we put it in it, alt enter, we have to put, if you see that this is your test first JSON. So copy this JSON and your folder name where you have to fetch and put here. Okay, and because of emulator not working on the local host, so we are working with any one of these IP address. So IP config, there is 192.168.132.2, so that will I will put on the base URL. So that means 192.http 1.2 slash your folder name and your JSON file name. So that we get your test, that is the folder name, and JSON, where the location of that. So you put that particular location by which you can get it using the retrofit. Okay, and here we have a call, and I want be the employee list kind of call here, and saying that the get employee list, and here you want be the alt enter. Okay, so that's be your IP API call be ready. Now we have to create a remote retrofit class. Okay, so in this class what we have to do, you just create your private static string base URL, and I told you that base URL be your http 192.168.1322. Okay, so make it as a http 192.168.132.2. Okay, so that's the base URL, and the rest slash things be on your API call. So that be your test first dot JSON. So it automatically get that particular data. Okay, so that's be your retrofit class, and now we can say it, we have to create that method by which we can get the retrofit instance. So this is your retrofit get you can make it as a retrofit instance as you creating on your singleton classes. Okay, and get retrofit instance means you have to return the new retrofit dot builder. As I told you, the third important thing is retrofit builder dot your base URL. Base URL is your base URL that is above, and that is that the next is your add convert factory. You have to convert the Json converter factory dot create dot build. Okay, so that's your retrofit get instance, and the public static, sorry, this is your public static API call get API instance. You have to call on your main activity or wherever you want it, that is return your get retrofit instance, the above method dot create what we have to create, your API call dot class. Okay, so wherever you call this, it can create instance for the API call and you can fetch the data. So this single simply two lines in your retrofit class, so it becomes so easy and better than volley because of everything you fetch it in your uh, using the API call wherever it is, and you have to put all your dollar get your annotation of a get post at get post, everything be there using query whatever you want you put your in your API calls. Okay, okay, so that is okay, everything is fine, and let's see. Yeah, model class be ready, interface be ready, and retrofit builder be ready. Okay, and our get data be ready. So now we need to create the inner view of the list because of we have to fetch the data in a form of list. So say inner layout. Okay, and in inner layout you have to make it as a wrap content and make it as a linear layout. Okay, and orientation be a vertical, and what we want is the background color be accent, and in it I want with the two text views match parent wrap contents, and I'm giving the name of the first name. Okay, and text size be your 20 dB, and okay, one more thing I'm giving, that is your the margin 10 dB. Okay, and ID be there, text be there, first name. Okay, just copy paste it because of we need a first name and last name as per our JSON. So easy. So that's our inner layout be ready. And the last thing is we have to work with our custom adapter. Once custom adapter be ready, that means we fetch our list view here. So that's your custom adapter. So make a custom adapter here, extends your base adapter. So for this we need implement methods. For kind of methods we already worked with many times with this custom adapters, so easy. So we need some important things. Number one is your context, your layout inflator, and your list. So list B, employee. Okay, so this is our list, and then we have to work with the constructor of this. So there is a public custom adapter context. This is our list and list of employee, array list, this dot array list as an array list, this dot context as in a context. Okay, so that's be the thing. And here we have a get count, so we have to return array list dot size. That's enough. And for the get item, this is your array list dot get, and this is your I. Okay, and the third one is live, and the fourth is, that is the most important, but we need a class file for that. That means a class for the view holder. So make it as a public static class view holder, because of we are working with find view by id, so we need a view holder class for that. So make it a text view as a first name, last name. Okay, and okay, so now we have to work with this view. So for this view, what we need it, first make the proper namings be here: position, convert view, parent. Okay, and here you can make a view v1, that is your convert view. Okay, and say if convert view is equals to null, so what we need it, we need it here v1 as a, sorry, vi as a layout inflator dot inflate, and inflate r dot layout, alt enter, inner layout comma null. Okay, so that's return, that's the view we have to return, make it as null. Okay, one more thing we need for the layout inflator. Here layout inflator is equals to layout inflator dot from this context. Okay, so no need of be there, you make it in a constructor, and here you have to return that vi, that is the view. Okay, and now we have to set our tag in a form of view holder. So okay, so see, this is the class view holder, and view holder is equals to new view holder dot your first name is equals to text view v1 dot uh, dot, sorry, vi dot find view by id dot first name. Okay, so that's I think this become boring when we work with without data binding. So in my next tutorial I will show to you it becomes so easy on the data binding, no need of these kind of things. But because of we are using the base of I mean we learning the base of retrofit, so I'm making for all this video who can understand it without data binding also. Okay, and so we want dot set tag as your view holder, that means your class. This is when first time the null value, but when we have a values be there, so that means your view holder is equals to your view holder, and that's be your vi dot get tag. Okay, so that's the return tag be here. And how you can show your imply data, so this is your imply items, and this is your class of typecast imply get item, and that's be your position. Okay, so that particular item, beyond that we have to set in your view holder class. So view holder dot first name dot set text be there as a what is this, items dot get first name. Okay, and just copy paste it, make it as in a last name, get last name. Okay, so everything is fine. Our custom adapter be ready, our models be ready, our retrofit be ready. Then we have to call the retrofit in your main activity. Okay, so we need a private button and private list view as a list view. Okay, and okay, so that's your list view as in a list view, find view id, that is r dot id dot list view. Okay, very easy. And this is your button is your button. Whew, yeah. What's the name of that button in activity? Simple button. Okay, and on the button the set on click listener new on click listener. Okay, this is our simple click listener in which we have to call the retrofit. So how they call the retrofit here, we have to call this API call, nothing else, very simple. You have to say API call, and this is your retro class dot get API instance here, and this is your call, and in this call we need a imply list and imply list call, and this is your API call dot get imply list. You can see that your imply list be here, which is on the API call. Okay, so that's very easy. So in the rest of it we have a single two line, and then wherever we call we can put it on this. So same thing we are working with the data manager in when we will make a other video related to this on the data binding techniques. Okay, and this is your employee call dot enqueue and new callback. So there is a on response and on failure methods. So that is a new callback employee list video. And we have to set the custom adapter here. So for we need a custom adapter, and also we need a array list. Okay, so on the custom adapter we have to say that our new list be as a first you say array list is equals to new array list. Okay, So in your custom adapter, you have say array list as a response dot body dot get employees. Very easy. So you can directly fetch the data in array list. No need to make it a loop and other things. So it just be in a serializable form and just put it be there, and I will show to in the same manner. Okay. And here you have a custom adapter, and custom adapter is equals to new custom adapter main activity dot this comma array list, and you have to set this custom adapter on the list view. So the things be ready, and if you have any failure so you can show it, but I think there is no failure of because of its easy or okay. So we need a use permission because of we have to load the data from outside resources. So let's see what happened in this in a journey motion. Run the journey motion. Okay, so see the doc till it run. So everything is there. In a retrofit, we need the three main things. The base we have to clear the model, the interface, the retrofit builder. Get the data. Whatever you get, wherever your data, you just put it that location, and the rest of HTTP URL on the base URL. And this is the simple steps. And then you have to fetch the JSON data and show it on your list view. So that's very easy. Launching the activity and see what happened. Yeah, so we have to click here. Yeah, you can see all the list be here as on John, Anna, and the Peter. So these things be here. So it's a very easy to work with the retrofit, and so this is a very simple tutorial of your retrofit related to the retrofit small practical. But the part B of this tutorial is most important because of I will work with the retrofit, your data binding and MVVM approach on that. So that will also be very interesting video. So thank you so much for the day. Now we have to wind up. Thank you so much.